Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for viewing my YouTube channel. I'm new to my own channel, so I'm kind of testing the waters, seeing what people want. I'm going to be filming on my boat, takedowns, bites, people fighting fish, editorials. I'm going to try to teach you guys a lot of the stuff that I know. All this knowledge is no use if it doesn't get handed off or bestowed upon other people. A lot of people are gatekeepers in this industry as guides, and they don't want to let every secret out. They don't want to let you guys. I mean, here's the deal. Is there stuff that I'm going to keep to myself? Sure. But it's stuff that's out there. It's that's this game. Everything is out there. It's time and place. You really need to figure out what working good. In certain rivers, certain colors are going to work better, certain flavors are going to work better. If you're new to salmon or steelhead fishing, the whole flavor thing is going to not make sense to you, but salmon and steelhead smell 1 part per million, so their scent gland is super sensitive. It's said that they can find the exact rock that they were born on. So that being said, they're going to be able to smell anything that's on our hands, right? If they're super aggressive and biting, it doesn't really matter. I've guided up in Alaska. I've dipped a bait in gasoline and casted it out there and had them bite it. So will they bite if the scent's not right? Yes, they will. However, in the lower 48, meaning Oregon, Washington, California, and the Midwest out there, these salmon and steelhead are a lot more pressured. They're gonna be a lot more sensitive to scents, meaning you're gonna have a lot more gear around you than we did up there in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. There's gonna be people using all different types of scents and smells around you, and it does pay to figure out your niche from finding your little detail that's helping you get bit. Now, sometimes if you're out trolling, it's as easy as finding something like a blade, right? A certain color that's working good. These blades are made by Hanford Reach Tackle. They're one of my sponsors. This blade is called the Pittman Sink. We're actually releasing this year, so if you want to get this color, you can. It's the antifreeze blade. It's got the antifreeze black back as well. This was a smasher in the 3.5 and 3.0 last year, but you can't beat it, and he's my buddy, and I'll toot my own horn on it. He's one of my best friends. This is the Cody Candy, okay? This is a blade designed by Cody Luff. They make the original Cody Candy that doesn't have the dot. They make the green dot Cody Candy, and then they make the blue dot. I have one here somewhere. I'll find it, and I'll show you guys before we're done. Another good blade, all made by Hanford, is Jesse's Girl, okay? This is for Jesse Blevins, another top guide. This is his blade. If you don't have this in your box, you're trolling out there, you're going to be unhappy. This is a good Springer, Summer Chinook, Fall Chinook to good blade all the way around. And so blades make a huge difference, but another big thing that's going to make a difference, guys, is curing up some of your own prawns and shrimp. And that's what we're doing today. I'm kind of just going over quickly, like, the things that will make you successful out there spring Chinook fishing. Even if you don't go all the time, these are the things, just a little bit of what's in a guide's box out there at Drano or Wind River. So now a shrimp, a lot of us are going to be using commercial shrimp too. Millennials would be my number one go-to if I didn't have my own bait. I will have millennial on my rods and out there fishing. So don't think that all guides are just going to have their own custom shrimp and that's why they're getting bit. Yes, we are going to have some of our own bait, but we know better than to not have some millennial, Washington, or Looney Coonies on the boat. So this is my coon shrimp, and I like a good red, a good thick, hearty shrimp. Is going to be for in the morning, right? Bigger profile, and as the sun comes up, I'm going to downsize into, these smaller dudes like this and run the small shrimp on there. Same thing, I'm going to step my blade size down. I'm going to start in the morning with a bigger blade. I'm going to be going 3.5, something like that. And then as the sun comes out, I'll step down to a 3.0, or even these kind of suck to get because you can't buy them by themselves, but wedding ring blades for trout, dude. I've stepped down even That's a 3.0, and that's a wedding ring, okay? And I've stepped down to that sometimes in the afternoon. That is the juice. You're going to get bit over anything else. Another thing I wanted to go over really quick, because there's all these different flashers out there and all these different tapes and stuff, and you can get caught up in thinking that you got the wrong stuff on. And I kind of want to just put this out there just so you guys feel confident when you're out there. You cannot go wrong with a chrome dip flasher. You just can't. Okay, 11-inch Pro Troll. This one's actually a I buy these from my buddy Mark Ervig with Pacific Coast Outdoors. That's another one of my sponsors. This is a Aqua Hunter, so it's like a Chinese knockoff, but I tell you what, you get a great deal from Pacific Coast Outdoors. They hook you up, and these things kill them. I mean, I have like 40 of these on my boat. Instead of washing the flashers every morning, I'll pull out a couple new ones. I'll put them on with nice clean gear, put them down. And you know, another thing really quick, just to go over, like how deep should I fish? If you're fishing 40 feet of water and you got a 12-ounce cannonball on with some current, you know, depending on where you want your gear to be, a lot of people will tell you to go deeper than what the bottom is. If you got a lot of current, that's a safe bet. If you're fishing more still current and you're at 40 feet of depth and you want to be in those salmon's face with a 12-ounce, I go 35, 30 feet. That's going to get bit, and you can leave it there all day long. That's going to be in the zone. A good rule of thumb is to put your gear out 2/3 of what you're fishing if you're not sure of what the bottom looks like, and you will still be in their zone and they'll come up and bite you. So I like the all chrome. Now, my favorite Pro Troll tape, I didn't realize this one was clear until I pulled it out of the package. So I like the all chrome Pro Troll with this moon jelly tape, half and half. Okay, I didn't realize I was buying a clear flasher, and I don't really want to go looking to pull one out. So this style flasher, 360 with the moon jelly and the chrome, is going to be killer. I'm telling you right now, they're going to love that. These are going to catch them. Okay, and then let's just go over really quick leader. Be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right. So we talked about wedding ring blades. I like to use wedding ring beads as well. And so if you look real close, you'll see there's a couple of my leaders here. Each one's going to have a wedding ring band on it. I like doing the double trebles. Certain fisheries you can't. These are number 6s. Some people would say those are too small, and they are if they only get one hook. I'm not gonna lie, you know, you want to get some hooks in them, but that's why I use a smaller hook, so they can swallow that and get it down their gullet. Now I've got some dual number 4s tied up for Wind River out in the main river there, and that's a bit bigger of a hook, right? Still same deal, double treble, just a little bit bigger. It's dirtier water. That's all. That's the reason why. A smaller profile for the wedding ring blades and stuff like that, the beads, smaller profile. That's what these are for, okay? So, chartreuse, you can use whatever color you want as long as it's chartreuse. And a lot of guys play around with different colored beads and stuff like that. I don't really. I stick with chartreuse, reds, pinks, pretty basic, simple stuff that everybody, you know, nothing crazy. You'll be able to figure it out. And then leader length, you know, a lot of guys will tell you, you know, you want a super long leader. A lot of guys will tell you you want a super short leader. So what I did a long time ago is I figured out that it's somewhere in the middle. And somewhere in the middle means to me about 28 inches from the tip of that stinger hook to the end of that barrel swivel. It's 28 inches exactly, and on my workbench I've got it laid out perfectly to where I can cut these leader and have them all identical. So all my gear, my bumpers, my leaders are all going to match. They're all going to be the same length, so I can mimic that bite and get as close to it as I can. So that's the leader. I like using those interchangeable clevises, guys, so we can change our stuff out quick. Some days are different than others, but that's the basic hook setup. I like using the EWG hooks, extra wide gap, even though they're a number 6. And this is a 50-pound monofilament leader. Big game. I don't use the fluorocarbon. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. The stuff's brittle. When you're out there trolling on the big river, you don't need to worry about the fish looking at your leader for too long. You troll over the top of them, they see it, they snap on it, they bite. What you do need to worry about is them eating it too deep and having it cut off in their mouth. So running a 40 to 50 pound monofilament, just trust me on this, is going to be paramount to hook to land ratios, to those bites turning into fish in the net. You're going to need a good leader. Trust me, don't go out there with 25, 30. Don't go out there with that. I've made the mistake for you. Don't lose those fish like I did years ago. Just beef up your leader and step it up. And you know, the springer fishing is the most important thing is going to be good bait, clean gear, and boat speed, and just keeping that rod, that heartbeat, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. No matter what the current's doing, you want that 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now, if you can match that, you're going to get bit. A lot of times, I'm not even paying attention to what my electronics are telling me. I'm watching my rod tips. I'm looking at my depth, but I'm watching my rod tips. That's what's telling me if I'm fishing right. Okay, that's the biggest thing. And it's this is the cool time of year because we have springer fishing in the big river and the tributaries, but we also have summer steelhead that are going to start coming in like crazy, and that it's like two totally different worlds. We get to fish the big river, we're trolling big kings, you know, and then we get to go into the small rivers and target these summer steelhead that are big. They're feisty, but they require a different approach. And so we're going to be going at them with stuff like, you know, little jigs and stuff like marabou jigs. This is all stuff that I've tied recently. Okay, one of my favorites, the pink and white. All pink, a little variation of pink. You can't beat it, right? And that, you know, little buggers for the clear water. I like tying little buggers like this. So, you know, little black for contrast. But yeah, I mean, then we switch and we're running, you know, 10, 15 pound line. We're float fishing. We're fishing shrimp for them. We're getting bobber down for these fish, which is great. We're casting spinners for them. It's just such a cool time of year because we have so much going on, and you know, even a little bit of back trolling, and we do troll these around the main river too for spring Chinook. I'll put a rod out. We're out there trolling around with a 4.5 Maglip. When I'm out there trolling on the main river, I'm always running a Maglip. I'm never running a quick fish when I'm forward trolling. I'm always going to be running a Maglip 4.5, a 5.0, or a hognose, depending on the watercolor. The cleaner the water, the smaller the lure. The dirtier the water, the bigger the lure. That's a big deal. It's all about size and profile. When the water's dirty or not great and clean, it's all about size, profile. Quick Fish and ZZ Brock's don't forward troll near as good as the Yakima bait Maglips do. And these are getters. I mean, these are, if you're going to be at Wind River and you're going to have multiple rods out, say you got 5 people in the boat, I'd put 4 down, and I'd put this out at like 70, 80 feet behind the boat, flat-lined with a tuna belly or a coon shrimp tied around it. All day long, 100%. They love it. But I just wanted to go over a few things like bait and leaders and the summer steelhead to jig stuff. And I'm kind of all over the place. I know I'm new to this. I'm going to get more organized. I'm going to get the GoPro Hero set up. I'm going to get a lot more filming done. I'm going to organize and get everything put together really well on the laptop and just make some good content coming straight from a guide, a dude who's been doing it for a long time. I'm not the best guide. I have my flaws. I've got into controversy in the past. I've gotten into arguments with people. I'm no 300 days a year, the best charter fishing guide ever by any means. That's not me, but I'm a little rough around the edges, so my stuff might not be as clean as some of the other dudes out there, but I do appreciate anybody that wants to follow me and subscribe and click likes and shares. I'd appreciate it. Just a single income family, trying to take care of my 2 young daughters and my wife as a fishing guide, and see YouTube as an opportunity to do that and realistically just want to be more a part of the community. I've been a part of the community for a long time, but I've kind of stayed in the background and not shared my opinion on things and not put myself out there. And I think I'm kind of done doing that. I think it's time for me to start passing some of this stuff that I know on to people, to good people that just love to fish. Because at the end of the day, that's what this whole thing's about. I got into fishing fishing guide because I love fishing. And there's a lot of drama and stuff on the Columbia River and on these smaller rivers, and I like to stay away from all that. I think that at the end of the day, we all got into this because we love it, and we all have a lot in common. And if we can use that one point moving forward, I think here in Washington, Oregon, and California, we can all get along, whether we like to swing a fly or troll a big fat bait on the Columbia River. I think we all can get along, and definitely I think that avenues like YouTube and social media are ways for us to advocate for these fish, because at the end of the day, these salmon are political fish. If you're gonna fish for these things, you're gonna get into fish politics. And so this is a good way for us to also have an avenue to talk about what's going on and get you guys to kind of rally the troops and do what we need to do when it comes to legislature and stuff like that. When we need to send our letters to the state, when we need to be at the town halls for Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife and advocate for our side. This will be a good place for everybody to come and rally. And yeah, I just think that YouTube and Washington State is missing something like this, and I hope that this gets a good response. And yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the time to check it out. Thank you very much. And if you want to go fishing, my website's all over the place. My phone number's all over the place. Just give me a call, or you can book directly through our website with just one click, and you got a date. So thank you guys. Have a good one.